TikToker just went viral for telling her female viewers to stop paying rent if you're hot and instead match with guys on Hinge and just stay on their couch for free like her to save money. What could go wrong?
If you're new here, I'm homeless. This is one of my boyfriend's place. He's in the other room, but I can't believe I was wasting my money on rent all this time. Life hack, if you're hot, do not ever pay rent. You can literally just go on Hinge and stay at different guys' places for free every single night.
Everything comes at a price, even though it's not monetary. And that sounds incredibly taxing and stressful to me. But she's been facing backlash for giving horrible advice to her impressionable followers that could potentially put them in harm, or at least in unsafe situations. Also, she could get a little bit more engagement for her TikTok and OF. And honestly, it's no secret that OF creators will do basically anything for attention online. We have Jack Doherty's ex lying about doing stuff with Lacey on camera for clicks, and then we have the same girl platforming another girl who essentially just lied about Mr. Beast for clicks. Then we have the other girl who's in the same circle of those people who uses her underage brother to promote her own OF. And I mean, you can just go on and on with a disgusting laundry list, so there's nothing new here, but I feel like this blew up because of how bad the advice actually was. Because rolling the dice with that many strangers back to back, I mean, how long will it take until you meet someone dangerous? Who knows? But I would advise women out there to not give strangers that much leverage on them, as I feel like that has a high potential to attract quite a few creeps. And while I'm all for, people getting their bag and doing whatever they want to do as long as it doesn't hurt others, I do think the story is important to talk about when considering the average age of what her TikTok viewers could be, and the kind of message that we're letting these creators blast online to these likely young adults and potentially teenagers, whether they're true or just for content. So, who is this woman sharing all these irresponsible and just probably fake life hacks? Well, she goes by Emily Webb, and she's a 25-year-old OF creator and TikToker from Australia. She also has about 68,000 on TikTok and 179,000 on Instagram, but she clearly uses rage bait and thirst traps on these platforms to drum up engagement and, funnel traffic to that spicy link in bio. And while a lot of her Instagram may be restricted and some of her TikTok content is filtered, it doesn't take a genius to really figure out what she's really trying to promote here. And this is the type of content that's being pushed out to the For You pages of people of potentially all age groups on these different platforms. But I only showed a clip earlier, so let's watch the whole thing.
You can literally just go on Hinge and stay at different guys' places for free every single night, and nothing bad has happened to me yet. I'll let you know how long I can keep going with this until I'm sleeping in my car, because they do only last a few nights and then they break up with me because they realize I'm using them. But so far, so good.
Okay, so to a lot of people, I hope it can come across as rage bait, and I also understand the general population gets that meeting various strangers online back to back and asking to stay at their homes for like unspecified amounts of time is like asking to end up on some sort of true crime channel. But it's not hard to believe that there's people who don't have the context of what she's promoting with these videos and might take it for some reason as legitimate advice and consider, hey, let's try this out. I'm poor. I don't have a lot of money right now, like most young people, and that's a scary thing to do. Yeah, that's awful advice. Please don't ever do that. But this isn't just like one-off video. This is kind of like her brand.
I just found this on my floor and got so excited thinking one of my men left his card here. And it's just I don't know what this is. I don't think it's a credit card. And I don't know who the Harry is. If anyone knows a Harry, I don't think I don't know who that is.
Again, this is a slippery slope. This, it's quick for this to not end well. And you don't only have to worry about guys either, because that Slender Man girl, she went on the run just like yesterday or something. So that's also horrifying. Also, yeah, FYI, if you see her, call 911 and stay away. Definitely don't ask if you can go spend the night at her house. But obviously, there's been a whole rise of the whole, soft girl and princess treatment trends on apps like TikTok and Instagram, because there are tons of impressionable young girls who are being told that their greatest aspiration should be to not have to pay rent and instead rely on sometimes completely random men from Hinge. And I mean, hey, if you're lucky enough to have that in a stable relationship with someone else, that is awesome. I would absolutely not rely on Hinge dates that you just met to do that for you, though, because that's where things get dangerous. And not only dangerous, just imagine the stress of going, oh, I don't know where I'm going to sleep when this guy inevitably realizes that I'm just using him for free rent and I could be kicked out either tomorrow or the next day or the day after. Do I have a date lined up for then? Because I can't be lining up dates in front of him, because then he'll definitely realize that I'm going to be you know, using him. So it's like all this like sly maneuvering. You're living this like double life. I don't know. It just sounds so incredibly stressful to me. Now, obviously, being poor is also stressful, but having a whole bunch of roommates sounds way less stressful than this. When I was going through my era of, I don't know if I can afford dinner tonight, thankfully, I had 5 other roommates. So sometimes we just shared dinners. Actually, no, that happened all the time. So that's what bailed us out when one of us was running low. Also, it builds strong connections with people. So, hey, there's nothing wrong with roommates. That's way better than sleeping with a new Hinge date every single night. That sounds pretty, where am I going with that? It's not what any father wants for their daughter. So I'll leave it there. Well, then there's also this flip side to it, because you're also telling a bunch of young men that girls are now prowling on dating apps with nothing on their list of desired traits and in a partner except for, does he have a couch for me to sleep on? Now, obviously, there are so many dudes who are just absolutely down for that, but not all of them would have the best intentions in mind. It's just such a slippery slope to tell a bunch of women to be like, yeah, let's go on dating apps and let's manipulate a bunch of men to allowing them or allowing us to sleep on their sofas and then just string them along. That's gonna suck. And then they'll carry that into the next person they meet with barriers up, and that's just not fair for anyone. And Emily has multiple videos using these polarizing topics to drive engagement. So, I mean, if you manage to avoid one of them, don't worry, there's plenty more.
Day 3 being homeless in LA, and Hinge is low-key drying up for me. I think I'm gonna give it quits. Everyone's kind of catching on to the fact that I'm homeless and being like, yeah, you're using me for a place to stay, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm on my way to Rodeo. I heard that's where the rich guys are. So hopefully we find one. I only need a place to stay for tonight.
I'm homeless. People are catching on to the fact that I'm using them for free sofas. So I'm on my way to like the most expensive area in the entire city. Awesome.
Because Tiger said I can stay at his tomorrow night when he gets home from tour.
Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. That makes sense now. Okay, well, why didn't I see that?
But worst case scenario, I sleep in my car. This is a sick 2026 480i BMW. It's so lit. It's so comfy. I'll just sleep in here. I'm chilling. And if you're hot, never pay rent.
There is no such thing as a 480i. What, a 440i? There's no 480i. Yeah, there's no 480i. I was like, hold up. They haven't got that high up in the numbers. Yeah, I can basically confirm the Tiger Woods stuff has to be bait. There's no way that's real. So yeah, who knows? Maybe all this is bait. Hopefully it is, but apparently this is her entire brand. So whether it's bait or not, a lot of people think it's real because clearly there's been a lot of backlash online because of it. We got another one here. Day 9, homeless update. One of my boyfriends, we live in hell.
Day 9-ish of being homeless. I just left one of my boyfriend's places. He said I can't stay again tonight because he has shit to do, whatever that means. And just kind of drying up for me. Everyone's like pissing me off. They're being rude about the fact that I'm homeless. So I'm gonna go to Burley, go for a hot girl walk. I've done my makeup just to walk, and I'm gonna go ask every hot guy for their number and then see if I can find a place to sleep tonight. Otherwise, I'm sleeping in my car, which is fine. This is comfy as not complaining at all.
Okay, so she's no longer in a BMW here. Wait, this must have been, no, this is earlier. This is ages ago. So she's still doing it. The video we saw earlier, that's like a way more recent one. So she's been doing this for a minute, bro. And then like you'll get comments of like, no way. Yeah, this is probably a real guy as well. I can't tell, but it looks like it's a real guy. He probably is like what, 60? And he's like, I would love to adopt you. Yikes. But she also does this when she's traveling. So wait, she's also doing this. So she's been homeless in Vegas for 8 days in this series. So this is like going on perpetually, it seems like. But in this series, she's been homeless in Las Vegas for 8 days.
If you're hot, never pay for accommodation on holiday. I just found 2 hot guys in the casino and asked if I could sleep on their couch. And now I'm on the couch in a 5-star hotel, and look at this view.
What a fascinating use of free will. Okay, so because I have a little bit of hope left in society, I think this is not real. But also, it's like you have the flip side. Lots of people see this content for what it is and they just completely ignore it. But you also have to consider some of the people who are likely young who will see these videos and believe, hey, that's a good idea. I could go stay in 5-star hotel rooms in Vegas for free. And that's where it becomes a slippery slope. But it's safe to say everyone seeing the situation seems to be pretty divided. So yeah, obviously, even if all of this is engagement bait, there's at least one comment calling Emily a queen for these videos and asking her to teach her how to do so. Meaning this very well could be influencing people to do this. And you also have like the flaunting of her relatively expensive cars in these videos and articles claiming that her issue isn't money, it's that people won't rent to her. And I'm just gonna say, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Because as long as she's getting money deposited into her bank, and she's making 3 times what the place is charging for rent, she can get a place. And worst case scenario, let's say like hypothetically, all of these landlords are just denying her. You always have Airbnb, and you can do a long-term rental on Airbnb and it can be not as expensive as, you know, short-term renting an Airbnb. I have plenty of friends who have gotten Airbnbs in pinches between apartments. Because often when you rent an Airbnb for a full month and you're not in like some massive city or like tourist hotspot, it will not be that much more expensive than, you know, a normal monthly rent for like a 1-bedroom or whatever. But this is just from my experience of looking around and from what my friends have done. And obviously you could probably find examples of showing, you know, 1 month of an Airbnb is like way above the market rate for certain cities. I'm sure that could easily be the case in plenty of cities. But either way, she's promoting 2 things here technically, like, you know, staying at random dudes' homes that you meet on Hinge, and OF by flexing these expensive cars that she's driving around. And again, hey, I support everyone doing what they want to do as long as it doesn't hurt anyone else. But I do think it's important to, you know, acknowledge how this kind of content could affect young people. Because all of this is being broadcasted all across, you know, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, where a bunch of young people are. Because essentially she's branding it as a like life hack to make it go viral. And obviously it's controversial, hence why we're talking about it as well. But regardless, it's definitely an awful idea. Apparently she also did this like POV you trust a man challenge, which ended up injuring her. I didn't know this was a trend, but apparently the whole bit is you run down your friend by accident in the name of a viral TikTok video. But Emily claims that she was hit at the last second and fractured her ankle. And I'm not even going to get into whether she was hurt or not, but her follow-up content seemed to be, you know, business as usual. Even her waiting for the ambulance video is unconvincing, to put it lightly. Okay. All right. I think it's all fake. That it is what it is, I guess. Because obviously these influencers are not above rage baiting. If anything, it just boosts their stuff. And then it puts me on the fence of like, okay, do I cover this and indirectly signal boost this? Or do I also cover this to be like, hey, this is a dangerous thing that she's spreading and people should not be, you know, staying at a new Hinge date's house every night. That's a really bad idea.
Confession, I've always been really jealous of people that have a double chin because like it looks so funny. Like I literally have the sharpest, most perfect jawline ever. Like it sucks.
All right. Well, I wish her the best of luck. Either way, terrible idea. Hopefully you respect yourself enough to not do this. And if you're a dude, maybe you should be wary of it, because at the end of the day, you don't want to pick up a person that's going to be crashing and guilting you to sleep on your sofa when you're thinking you're going on a date. That's just not fair for anyone. I feel like I'm going in circles at this point. So hey, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.